Now on to the war against Covid-19. The Ministry of Health has scaled up the fight against Covid-19 by authorizing places of worship to be used as immunization centers in the next phase of mass vaccinations. Interfaith Religious Council of Kenya will partner with UNICEF in the campaign dubbed Imani na Chanjo ya Covid19, which seeks to use religious leaders as people who will influence their congregants to take up the vaccines. This comes as the government races against time to beat the target of vaccinating 10 million Kenyans by the end of the year.
According to the Ministry of Health, slightly above 20 million doses of Covid-19 vaccine have been received in the country since the immunization journey began. Currently, only 7.6 million doses have been administered. Of these, 3 million have been fully administered and 4.6 partially taken. 13 million doses are in storage facilities.
Most of these vaccines also have a shelf life. They have a limited shelf life. And if we are not able to utilize them within good time, we stand the risk of losing these vaccines.
Chief Administrative Secretary for Health, Dr. Rashid Amana, says the low uptake has seen health officials adopt measures in a bid to raise the vaccinated population.
Religious leaders and local faith actors are universally recognized as influential people in our society.
This undertaking is aimed at facilitating and making it easy for vaccination services to be easily accessible to our faithfuls.
We still believe as religious leaders that persuasion is the way to go. There should not be any way of coercing Kenyans or forcing Kenyans to take vaccination. But we have our duty as leaders to ensure that Kenyans take vaccination.
More vaccines are expected into the country, and health officials hope that the mass immunization campaign will inspire uptake. Dr. Aman says the response in the mass vaccination drive will determine the next course of action.
If we are able to reach our target of vaccination, if we are able to have a larger number of people vaccinated, if the attitudes of our population change and we see people coming out, I don't think that we will take that route.
Meanwhile, the Ministry of Health has promised to recognize the efforts of the medical engineers during the COVID-19 pandemic.
One of the commitments that Waziri has given and one of the messages he's asked me to pass to you is that he shall soon be honoring in an international conference amongst yourselves some of the medical engineers who contributed in the COVID-19 pandemic. And the President shall be in that meeting as well. And so there are good things coming.
Health Chief Administrative Secretary Dr. Mercy Mwangangi spoke on the first day of the 8th Scientific Conference of the Association of Medical Engineers of Kenya being held in Kakamega County. Kamchemenza for Prime Edition.